Hello everybody, this is Canelex, and today I am showing you how to build a lane. So, for all of you that don't know, a lane is pretty much a cannon that you need to know how to build because basically lanes are the number one cannon, I guess, for like how much they cost, but of course the more you mod them, the better they are. So let's just start off with how you build them. At least this is how I do them. So you start off with 3 dispensers facing in like this, and blocks right here. Then you make some L shapes, going 4 up, so you can see that now. Then you want to add a row of 5, so you can see it like that, facing in. And the way you can do that is by shifting, as you can see here. So you just do that. So now you have basically boosters, which are TNT that ignite before the cannon, and push all this TNT forward. So now you add another L. It's 2 L's. And so you got this now. Now it's gotten on the tricky part. What you want to do is you want to put 2 dispensers and a block like that, and a block like that. So it should be like this. Here's the L and a slab here. So if you see, it's like that. So now you want to do this and add a piston here. And then like that. So pretty much it's like a 4, right? As you guys can kind of see, it's a 4 with a piston here. So now you can fill this in, go about 3 blocks here, and fill that in. And while filling this cannon in, what you want to do is this. As you can see here, you want to put in a piston like that, facing inward, and then erase this here. So you'll notice it's like that. Here's your 4. And then the barrel, which hopefully you guys know what that is right here. And I just kind of ran that for aesthetics, but yeah, there you go. Now you got the majority of the cannon done. All you gotta do now is add the hammer. And I remember when I first found out how to build a lane, I thought the hammer wasn't necessary, so I was like, that looks unnecessary. So I just did it without it, and then, you know, I didn't understand what was going on, but I'll show you now. So you may want to have some glass with you at this point. So what you do is you go 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see these are 10 high. 2 pillars facing inward, and some glass coming up. Pretty straightforward, as you can see there. So yeah, now it's time to get kind of onto the wiring. What you want to do before that is, like so, you want to, I don't know if you guys can kind of see that or not, but I'll quickly go over the redstone in a sec. You want to start from here, running redstone along here into this piston with 1 tick and some redstone torches. There you go. There we go. Looks pretty nice. And the more power you want, you just stack onto this here. So you would add more like that. But we only need 4 for this one. Usually you end up using 6 layers of dispensers, but yeah. So now you want it to glowstone along like this. 1 glowstone here, 1 go like that, because that allows redstone current to run up. So yeah. There you go. You got that. Now, you want to add, like there, you want to do the same thing here. I'm gonna add some torches here. What this does is this activates basically the hammer, and all the TNT falls at once into this bottom here. And right as the cannon ignites, this piston pushes it out and puts it into the whole cannon. If you don't understand it, that's alright. Although I do seriously recommend that you guys figure out what all this does if I can't explain it well enough, but because then you'll know what's going wrong when your cannon doesn't work in some scenarios. But if you build it like this with the exact same timings, it should work just right. So now you want to run up like this. 1, 4. So there you go. You're pretty much almost done. Minus a few wirings. So what I do here for timing it is you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these are all in full. So in total you should have 12 full repeaters. So there you go. Nice. And you want to run out 2 dispensers. As you see, one of them is more than one of them is on 1 tick and one is on 2 ticks. Like that. So if you see this, look. And I can kind of show you what happens. Yep. Pay attention to this pulse right here as I activate it. It's turned on for 1 pulse. And the reason is because it supplies power, and then the second tick, it turns it off. So using this, we create the hammer, and we just connect it to it. Like so. And the hammer's done. Now, depending on the server you're playing on, if there's serious lag, you may end up having to do 4 ticks here, or somewhere between 0 and 4. But since my server has 20 ticks, you don't need anything. So, yeah. Although, on a lot of servers, you don't need anything either. So, there you go. So, let's throw on. And then what you want to do here is you want to connect this to this sand piston here, which is where the sand will go. And you want it to run up like this, because that way it powers both of these, as you'll see right now. See? Pretty awesome. So now you got that. This should be on 3 ticks. This is pretty much the only thing that's always on 3. You now want to add 1 more piston. Oop. And it doesn't matter how long this is. I guess you could just copy it over. What I just do is this little arm thing coming around. And like that. And as we did over there, the 1 tick pulser. Remember, 2 and 1. The piston is on the 2, and boom. And what we're doing here is we should add another piston here. So what we're doing is we're actually pretty much when you use the cannon, you place 2 cobwebs. 1 right here and 1 right there. Beginning the cannon, this breaks by the piston. All the sand falls in here, and then it goes, fires it, and it flies. Speaking of this, we should probably put a slab here, going down 1. So now you're pretty much all done with the cannon. It's all wired up. All you gotta do is put in your water. So you want to put in 1 water over here. Careful you don't spill it. And some water over here. Looks nice. And then also in here, to be safe, you want to water the barrel. Just make sure you don't water this one or it'll pour in here. And yeah, so I'm just quickly watering some stuff. It's alright if it leaks out, it's not actually a problem. But if it's really bugging you, just put a pressure plate here. Make sure it's not a block, or that could interfere with your cannon. So now you would fill it up with how much TNT. I have a command which allows me to fill it up with 64 TNT at once. So each one of these has, what's it called? 40 TNT, 64 TNT in it. So now we add a little wall. And you'll notice that we're able to stack. And I'll show you how you guys need to cannon. Now you got this. You want to take, each shot takes 2 cobwebs and about 20 sand. That's about right. What you want to do is you want to go here, put a cob up here, put a cob up here, and stack up 20 sand. 10. Alright. It's about 20, not exactly 20, but still. I'm just placing a block to mark it, so I don't have to count next time. So now you're pretty much done. Place the button, and you're good to go. Now also keep in mind we have this here. And this is used for slab busting. And I guess I'll show you that, guys, in a bit. Usually people have it already set up, but I just use a lever and I flick it a few times. You know, because I like things manual. So now that you got that, click some buttons. See, it's working just like a charm. Boom. Stacked over to sand. Let's do that a few more times, and then I'm going to end the video off. Next video, I'll be showing you guys how to add, a stack and hybrid into one cannon, into one shot. So basically, stacking pretty well. But what you can do is you can make it so your cannon stacks and it hybrids in one shot, which normally isn't possible, but there's a mod that you can do. As you can see, stacking pretty well. And you don't even need to use the scatter except for what's it called, when you're slab busting. You can actually hybrid with the hammer, the thingy. You'll see that in a second. And the way you check when it's ready to hybrid is you'll see that the cannon is on Y54. So you want to go over here, and if it's on, kind of looks like it overstacked, but we'll see. If if it's one above, it's time to hybrid. We'll see if we overstacked or not. We might have overstacked, but normally you don't overstack. So now I just put in a little bit of sand, and there you go. Boom, wall. So that's how you make a lane, and that's how you use it. I'll go into the depth on how to make so it basically hybrids and it stacks at once, and I can show you.